Alright, here's Hyperbolas video example number one. So what we're going to do for this problem is identify the vertices, foci, and asymptotes, and then we're going to make a quick sketch. So we can see that the y term is first, so it's going to be a vertical. Let's try that again. Vertical. And we know that a is always first, so a is going to be the square root of 16. So a is going to equal 4, and then b is going to be the square root of 4, so b is going to equal 2. And we know that our center is HK, so our center is going to be -3 and 1. Notice I went over here to this term to find the h. H always goes with the x, and the k always goes with the y. So we've got the center at -3, 1, so I'm going to graph that, -3, 1. So there's my center, and I've got A and B, and I know that it's vertical, so from the center I'm going to go up 4 and down 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are going to be my vertices, so let's write those down. Vertices. So let's see, I have -3, and then I'm up here at 5. -3, 5. And my other one here is at -3, -3. So there's my vertices. And then I'm going to go to the left and to the right 2. So to the right 2, to the left 2. Now that I have all these points in using A and B, I'm going to make my rectangle. So again, make sure that this is dotted because it's not really part of the graph. It's just an aid to the graph. So here's my rectangle dotted. And then once I have my rectangle, I can use the diagonals to help me make the asymptote. So I'm going to make my asymptotes now. Make sure these are dotted as well. So there we have our asymptotes. And again, you're going to end up with these 4 spots here, and you got to make sure you pick the right 2 to draw your hyperbola. So since we already figured out that it was vertical, I'm going to go up and down with my graph. Let's try that again. So I'm going to go up this way and down this way. So there's my graph. I found the center, I found the vertices. I still need to find the foci and the asymptotes. So for the foci, we're going to need c. So I know that c squared is a squared plus b squared. So that's going to be 16 plus 4, which is 20. So then c is going to be the square root of 20, which is 2 root 5, or for graphing purposes, about 4.5. Alright, so now that I have the value of c, I'm going to find the foci in a minute, but I'm just going to graph them. So I'm going to start at the center, and I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So my foci is very close to my vertices, and I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, starting at the center and going up and down. So let's find the coordinates of those. So foci. So for both foci, I'm going over to -3. And then again, I started at the center, which was at 1, and then I went up 2 root 5, or 4.5. And then I went over to -3, again starting at the center, then I went down So minus 2 root 5. Alright, and if you want to combine these into one statement here, you could just write negative 3 and 1 plus or minus 2 root 5. Alright, so we've got center, we've got vertices, we've got foci, and I think that's, and we made a sketch. I think that's all we need to find. Asymptote, sketch, oh, asymptotes. Alright, so for our asymptotes, we've got y is equal to k plus or minus, and then since I never remember whether it's a over b or b over a, I'm going to look at my graph, and I'm looking at this asymptote over here. I'm going to go up, and that's a, and over b, so that's my rise over my run. So my rise is a, which was 4, and my run was b, which was 2. So I know it's going to be a over b, and then x minus h. So then k was 1 plus or minus 4 over 2, and then x plus 3. So that simplifies a little bit to 1 plus or minus 2 times x plus 3. And you don't need to simplify any further than that. So there you go.